Apologies. Let me again introduce you all to Mr. Rashmi Ranjan Sahu, Senior Mission Associate, Startup Odisha, Govt of Odisha. So can we please give him a big round of applause and call him upon stage?
Good morning, everyone. I think my voice is audible to the end. My name is Rashmi Ranjan Sahu. I belong to Odisha, and I am the Senior Mission Associate with Startup Odisha, Govt of Odisha. So I will take you through how Startup Odisha came in picture and what is the progress that we have done and how we are building the community or the ecosystem in Odisha. So if you know, Odisha is a state which is in the eastern part of the country, and we people are like innovators, generating innovators and good manpower from the state. And many of the countries or many of the state like Karnataka, Delhi and Pune, everywhere you will find good manpower from Odisha. So that's why that was the thought of the state government to come up with the policy, Odisha Startup Policy 2016. Maybe please next slide. So under the leadership of our Honorable Chairman, Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Nabin Patnaik, we launched the policy in 2016. And fortunately, the policy was announced in Bengaluru in 2016, but we got it operational in 2017 because all the facilities that we are offering to the ecosystem or the enablers, startups, incubators, that is through the portal. And that portal came in picture in 2017. So from 2017 to 2000, next slide please, 2019, then we become the top performer by the DPIIT Startup India as a state. So the main objective of the policy was, you can see, to develop Odisha become a, thank you, one of the top startup hub in India. And in that journey, we became one of the top performer in the country as well. And to reach out maximum number of startups or innovators and get a recognition under Startup Odisha policy to support them. And to reach 1,000 startups by 2020, which we achieved at the time frame. And also to encourage more women entrepreneurs and startups to get supported by Startup Odisha. And I'm feeling very happy to say that more than 500 startups are led by women in our state. So this was the journey of Startup Odisha. We started in 2016. Then first startup recognized in 2017, because as I said, the portal came in picture in 2017. We got 500 startup recognized by Startup Odisha in 2019. We became the top performer in 2018. Then leader state declared in 2019. The first startup reached 100 crore of valuations from Odisha in 2020. So you can see the progress of Startup Odisha, how we are proceeding further. So no far we are leading behind from other states, but we are thinking that we are not competing with any state, but in a learning mode or in a collaborating mode, we are open to collaboration with many industries and states to learn something, the best practices from them. So as I said, 2016 policy is going to be expired and we are coming up with a new policy 2022. And in 22 policy, we are going to implement all kind of support system which will help and encourage more innovators to come up, starting from student level innovators to mature level of startups. And in our policy, there is a very good provision that we are not only restricted to our startups, those are starting their company from Odisha, but we are encouraging startups who are operating all across India, but they should have certain kind of criteria that have to fulfill. Just like 50% of their manpower has to be deployed in Odisha, and they should have a prime operation in Odisha. So that is like one kind of attraction that we are bringing in picture and welcoming all startups from the country. So this is the major sectors that we are into morely focus in. So all kind of tech startups you can see, but apart from that, we are also focusing into agriculture and tourism, because Odisha is a land of agriculture, education, and tourism. So now our government is morely focusing into developing all these sectors, not just by developing the infrastructure, but encouraging innovation to come up to provide solution to the particular departments. Yes, to encourage more entrepreneurship, to give support to the startups, those are getting recognition. It should not be like that, ki we are just giving a certificate of recognition, but to support them at every stage of their journey. We start with these financial incentives, like monthly assistance we provide for 20,000 rupees or 22,000 for special category of startups, which will encourage them to run their business at least for a period of 1 year. And that sustenance allowance have helped so many startups to continue their business, not just because of the financial grant or not just because of the financial crunch that they will face during the early stage of their journey. And when a startup is coming to picture to develop a product or developing a prototype through any kind of support, through any kind of incubators or through any kind of R&D centers, so this product development or marketing assistance grant 15 lakhs rupees or 16 lakhs rupees again for the special category, that will support them to bring a physical product into the market. We also provide a unique kind of support that is called need-based assistance, which why I am saying an unique kind of support, because there is no such kind of eligibility criteria or stage of the startup. But yes, the startup should have a very innovative kind of product in place, or he should have a patent on the product. Then only, and there is also no limit of the grant that they are going to seek from Startup Odisha. We also provide, just to mention that we have 23 incubators onboarded with Startup Odisha, and those incubators are providing all kind of support, starting from providing a space to scaling, helping in scaling the business. And if a startup is requiring any kind of support from these incubators, they can apply under Startup Odisha to avail the subsidized incubation space, which will be like 5,000 rupees or 50% of the charges that incubator is charging from them. We also provide support for participation in national and international kind of exhibitions, just like this expo. We have brought in more than 10 startups, those are exhibiting in this exhibition area. So Startup Odisha is taking care of all their expenses along with the traveling and stay of the startups. So that kind of support also provided by us. Yes, I was mentioning 23 incubators are already onboarded, and they are sector specific incubators, because startups are coming from all kind of sectors and they can be supported by this incubator. So we can see the incubators, those are in health tech or biotechnology. Incubators, those are into ESDM sectors, green technology, agri-tech, agriculture, space technology. One of our incubator, Nalanda, is also here. So they have brought in a few startups to this expo. And yesterday to share that one of our startups has received one award from this forum. And yeah, so this is about our incubators. So not just they are providing spaces, but also these incubators are providing the lab facilities and also developing in their testing and designing of their products, bringing a physical product into the market. Yeah, so this is a Startup Odisha landscape. So till now we have more than 1,300 recognized startups. So when I'm saying that 1,300 startups, that doesn't mean that this is the number what is present in Odisha, but these people are recognized by us. But more than 1,300 startups are operating in Odisha. And as I said, more than 500 startups are led by women, 23 incubators, 15 nodal agencies. So nodal agencies are a part. So I have gone through many startup policies of different states, but yes, we have bring into this picture the nodal agency part. Nodal agencies are the R&D centers or center of excellence or any institutions, reputed institutions. Those are going to evaluate the applications of the startups whichever coming to Startup Odisha, so that the initial screening and due diligence will be done by those nodal agencies, and after the support of Startup Odisha, also this nodal agency is going to provide the mentorship to each startups. We have disbursed to more than 225 startups with all the financial grants that we are providing. This is all about the view of Startup Odisha ecosystem. Recently, our Honorable Chief Minister has launched this world-class facilities, O-Hub. So this O-Hub is the central incubator of the government, and this is one kind of infrastructure where we are working with all the ecosystem players from the states, and also we are collaborating with industries and mentors all across the globe, and we are onboarding them under our panel. So these are the facilities that we are providing from this infrastructure. So this is the way forward that we are going to plan. So we are very soon going to launch the fund of funds of 100 crores, which will be provided by the state government, and we are welcoming the venture capitalist and AIF, SEBI-registered AIF funds, that they are going to collaborate with the state government to support further 100 crores of fund, which will help to our startups to scale further. We are in a planning of that we are going to help startups. Those are going to generate from the schools and college level. That's why we are going to implement 500 tinkering labs and innovation labs all across the country, all across the state. Like we have 30 districts, and we are going to approach all those 30 districts that there should be innovations coming from each corner of the state. So these are the few big events that we are going to plan in next few months. The Startup Odisha Yatra we did in 2018, and in 2018 we received more than 30,000 ideas from the state, and we formed 75 startups out of that Yatra. Again, we are going to plan the 2.0 of Startup Odisha Yatra. So Fundstack will be an event where we are going to call more than 25 investors all across the country, and they are going to interact with the startups, those who are going to be selected, and it will be like a matchmaking process for investors and startups. Few of our renowned startups, as I said, one startup reached the 100 crores valuation, that is iServU, into a fintech company. Phoenix Robotics, their brand name is the Datoms. So they are into AI kind of solutions providing. Azrex is one of the startups which has raised recently more than $3 million, and they are into health tech product. Inocul, again, a chemical product which is going to solve problems of the mining sector. ThinkZone is into agitech, and Hastika into handicraft and handloom. EV into e-vehicle manufacturing, and another is agri-tech startups. So few snapshot about Startup Odisha progress and our startup ecosystem. And we are not only restricting to support the startups from Odisha, but we are also encouraging startups who can come down to Odisha and explore. Very soon in November, we are going to have the big event of Odisha government, Making Odisha Conclave, which we did last in 2018. And it's an event to encourage more investment to come to support Odisha ecosystem, not just to startup ecosystem, but also in other big industries. So I welcome all the members who present here. Please explore and have a visit to Odisha to understand how we are developing and supporting the ecosystem to grow. Thank you so much.